The Rocky Mountains provide the backdrop in Boulder, Colorado, and if you're looking for the Buffaloes, they ain't hard to find. And while today is the final home game of the season for one team, it is more importantly a celebration, Senior Day, as we'll see the number 2 team in the country, the Washington Huskies, squaring off with another team from the Pac-12, the Colorado Buffaloes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Washington likely to try to boot it deep to get things started. Fielded in the end zone, it's Callow. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. So Colorado's will be in a hole thanks to that short return. Here he comes, and obviously defense is always going to be aware of a quarterback, but boy, he finds a way to put defenses on their heels all the time, David.
I mean, what can't he do? He's got the weapons, he's got the confidence, he's got the experience. Jesse, these kind of guys are so hard to defend.
You're right. They better be able to find a way to get pressure on him, because if they don't, this is going to be a long day.
Trying play action. Unloads to the wideout. And his throw is incomplete.
And when you're a quarterback, man, I know wide receivers are great athletes and they're supposed to catch everything that gets near them, but when you don't put it right on the center, when they're running a lot of times, it just makes it a little bit more difficult. And I think he did that a little bit too much for his wide receiver right there.
They'll need 3 yards here on 3rd down to keep this opening drive alive. They'll try to run for it. He showed it all there, a little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the first down. The Buffaloes will hustle to the line.
It's a really good sign if you're on offense here. You're putting it on your offensive line on 3rd down. Critical down and distance, opening drive of the game. Let those guys fire off, get a hat on a hat. You can run the ball, pick up the first. You're around midfield. And all things looking pretty good here early for this offense.
So difficult because my eyes tell me as a defensive guy, he's handing it off. The offensive line's block and run. I got to go get it. Quarterback pulls it, throws it to the right. It's kind of like that hidden hat game. Like, where's the ball? I'm always trying to find that guy.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
He'll put the tight end in motion. The give to the tailback. And he gets the first down, but man, did he get the hit stick laid on his noggin.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the first down.
And the Buffaloes have it with a 1st and 10. Not quite in rhythm there, incomplete.
And I know it wasn't successful there, but you can go back to last week. Like, they're going to throw this man the football. They find really good coaches get their playmakers the ball in space, and that's what I like about this offense. I bet they come back to him and find a way to throw him the football.
And his throw is incomplete. This drive was clicking along, but after a couple of misfires, threatening to stall out on 3rd and 10. Pocket starts to collapse. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
And it's such an advantage for this defense to have an outside linebacker like that can rush the passer, because they can set the edge. They can get off the ball, and they're just way too fast for tight ends or for offensive tackles to get out and block them.
Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. The Huskies offense will go to work for the first time. As we take a look at our impact players for this one, what are you looking for, Jesse, for a guy to make an impact?
Well, these are simply put the leaders of this football team, and generally games go how these guys play. If they make plays, then they've got a shot to win this one.
No doubt. They got to show up. These are the team leaders. These guys have to play well if they're going to win the football.
Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one. When the Huskies are moving on the ground like this, you will bow down to Washington.
Yeah, and I tell you what, with all the rain they get out there in Washington, you better have a dependable ground game that you can go to and establish that tempo. Obviously, harder to throw the football in the rain, so dominant, physical trenches.
Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked.
Afterburners coming. The 20. Touchdown, Washington. And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching it.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
7, Colorado, 0.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. And don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
Pretty good job of running to get 2 there to the 32. And the Buffaloes want to move quickly. Looking to throw for it. Makes his connection. Nice job to get it past the sticks, and they get him down at the 35. He knew that he was coming. He had to get rid of it in a hurry, and he did so beautifully.
Perfect. I don't need a big gain. I don't need to hold on to this football because the longer I hold on to it with the blitz coming, the worse things are going to happen. I just need a few yards for the first down, get it out of my hand, get the first down.
Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. They've got the screen set up. That play won't make the highlight reel except in the coaches' meetings as he works his way to the 39. Throw it again. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Yeah, I just feel watching this offense, they need a big play. They need their confidence to get going, get the mojo going, considering they really struggled their last time out. They just don't seem to have figured it out quite yet here in the first quarter.
You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Pollock.
Yeah, you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He'll ride his man on the option. Oh, and he can't hold the pitch, and the ball's loose. Defense just cradling that fumble and securing it. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. You get field position like this, and you're not likely to punt the way they did the last time they had the ball.
Yeah, great job by the defense, setting them up in an opportunity to get some points on the board quickly.
This is an opportunity you've got to capitalize on, this field position. You must come away with points here if you're on offense.
Running back searching for a hole. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. And they don't want to waste this great field position here on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And he just throws it away on 3rd down. I don't think you can give up on a play like that. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to take the 3. The kicker will reach for a 36-yard attempt. Splits the uprights, it's good. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Recent years, fellas, Georgia has kind of had the upper hand in its rivalry with Georgia Tech, but this one is always spirited. Georgia Tech pulled one out today on a day they clearly did not have their best. And that's a testament to those rambling wreck players. That winning gene, I really believe it's a thing.
From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole.
60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Knocked down after getting 6 all the way out to the 34-yard line.
I think tackling is about effort most of the time. It's about how much passion, how much physicality you can bring to get your guy on the ground. Refuse not to get him on the ground. That's not a big back. You got to get that guy on the ground. You can't let him pick up an extra couple yards and stay ahead of the sticks.
They're in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, and this is why you square your prominent jawline and go straight ahead to get it. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
Well, you're seeing this more and more often in college football with the analytics and everything else, but 4th and inches, they decide to go for it, and they pick it up on the ground.
You know, I really think it's a smart move, too, because why just give up and hand them the ball and give the defense a boost of morale that they really didn't earn?
Yeah, and I like the decision, too, based on who their personnel is and what their identity is as an offense. They want to be physical and control the line of scrimmage. It's a good call.
They'll leave it with him. Make the stop at the 40, but it's a 10-yard gain and a fresh set of downs.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle. Nice blocking. How about the running back? You could tell the speed, the wheels, does a great job getting down the field, making a huge rushing play.
And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. Washington coming to the line with another first down. Might as well give it to him again. Powers forward, but stopped after a pickup of 2 to the 24.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
Fires to the big fella. Lowers those pads. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stops.
This offense has become a first down machine, and that is so demoralizing for the defense, especially for those star players that are playing tons of snaps. They're not subbing out as much. By the 4th quarter, they're going to be gassed.
They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. And he got nothing, and the line of scrimmage is still the 5-yard line.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
They'll try to dial up a better one this time on 2nd and goal from the 5. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Husky. Lining up for the PAT. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Not nearly as much as he'd hoped. He'll be stopped at the 15. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. It's always great to get points on a drive, but it would behoove them to try to get a touchdown this time around, Palmer.
They may have to get out of their comfort zone here too, David, a little bit and just start being more aggressive and take some chances, but that's what's going to have to happen for them to win this game.
Yeah, and when you're losing, obviously everything gets heightened. Everything becomes more critical. This drive is crucial because you've got to cut into this deficit.
They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. Offense breaks the huddle on 3rd down. The play action fake. Fires to the wideout. Oh, and it's picked off. Threw it right into the teeth of double coverage. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. That's the end of the quarter, and Washington has the lead. They largely dominated this first quarter as indicated by the stats. First down to start the drive after the break. They'll run it. They make the stop after a pickup of 3. Ball's at the 18.
At the 18.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. He'll run it again. Couldn't fight his way out of his grasp.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. On 1st and goal, let's see what Washington does. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he'll get this one back to the line of scrimmage, but no farther than that. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? The run up the middle here, looking for a path to the end zone. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. They love to make this short field pay off with a going right back to the well, and this time he finds water, gets it into the end zone for the touchdown. Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese, and you've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Callow. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. He gets it all the way out to the 19-yard line, a pickup of 6. The Buffaloes come to the line in the hurry-up. He'll do it himself. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. 3rd down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. From the gun, wants to pass. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. And the Buffaloes will call on their punt team. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. So from the shadow of his goalpost, he gets the punt away. And the coverage team will get to it, and they'll down it just inside the 30.
Man, it looked like that was a house call. He made the first guy miss. It was going to the house. He was going to score a touchdown. And then, man, what a big turn of events. Talk about shifting momentum. He coughs it up, gives it to the other team.
Early movement on the offense, and they'll push it back 5 yards.
False start, offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Split backs here. Now they'll run it to the right here. He's there to make the stop.
And I can't tell you how much I love seeing corners being willing to come up and tackle. That is so huge for a defense. You can't olay blocks and create space. You can't just hang out on the outside. You got to go set that edge.
Conversely, I can't tell you how much I hate it when receivers don't want to block. You got to do a better job on the perimeter. It's not going to be enough in this offense just to catch passes. You got to go execute your assignment. That corner should have been blocked, and they should have gotten a bigger gain on that outside run.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
QBs and receivers on 3rd down, everything has to happen just a split second sooner. You're expecting pressure, the quarterback gets hit, just not on the same page with his target.
And they can't connect, and the gamble does not work out.
Hey, at this point of the game, 4th and short, no problem going for it. 4th and medium, I think it's too early to start taking some of these chances. I think you need to just let the game play out a little bit and trust your defense.
Short fields make successful offenses just what they want here. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. They've already racked up big sack numbers. It's starting to snowball, and they are ready to go again. From the gun, the ground game. Makes the tackle at the 31. It's a pickup of 5 on the play. And the Buffaloes want to pick up the tempo. On third down, going up top. Wide open downfield. Touchdown, Buffaloes! And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby. It's a much-needed life from this offense as they tried to cut away at this lead.
No doubt. Needed something to go right. When you're down, you got to make plays. You got to get your team back in it. Great start. Keep chipping away.
Washington, 21, Colorado.
This will not be returnable as it sails out of the back of the end zone. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. That fourth down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on fourth down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. The defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before. So you got to come back out here, take the field. It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drive. Let's go out and execute with some points on the board.
He's got enough, and it'll be a first down for Washington. The Huskies love these backs that can churn up yardage like a Corey Dillon and Napoleon Kaufman used to do.
Yeah, just guys that you can depend on, guys you can hand it to and know you're going to get really, really good production. Then what does that do? It opens up the whole offense. It gets everybody jacked up.
They're trying to throw the wide receiver screen to pick up that first down, but the defense just too much speed getting to the ball carrier on that one.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. It's amazing how a play by the defensive end of the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do is create negative plays, to get them behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks, to get those tackles for losses. You see so much stunting in college football up front with the defensive line because you know once you get one of those plays, you got the offense right where you want.
This Washington offense moving quickly down the field. Handoff from the shotgun. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore.
I like the decision there in the RPO game too, guys. I know he only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football down the field in the RPO game too. So keep handing it off to this guy. Let him see what he can do. And when the defense gives you the look to hold the football and then finally throw it, that's when you take it.
This will be the 7th play of the drive, and they need to convert 3rd and 6. Dropping back, it's Nunez. Zings it complete to the right. And they stop him just short of the stick. It'll bring up a decision on 4th down. They've already gone for it a couple of times on 4th down, converted once. Looks as if they'll try a 3rd. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the catch. He's got enough. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the first down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it, and now a fresh set of downs.
Found that crease, and they knock him down after a pickup of 5 to the 32.
It's the MO of this offense, and they really put a lot on the offensive line to go out and really try and establish their dominance and their assertiveness, and they've done a good job of that early in this game running the football.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Well, the head coach told us in pregame he liked the way his defensive speed matched up, and it's really hard to get the edge against these guys.
Everybody wants to run outside and get their fast guys in space, but if you look at how fast these backers close and run the football, it looks like you've got a little bit of space out wide, and then, boom, it's gone in a hurry.
As we reach the 2-minute warning, they'll need to try to get a stop to keep this thing from getting out of hand. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Fires into traffic, intercepted. He was looking for that big return to go with the pick, but he'll set him up in business at the 36. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. Running out of time here in the first half, and they do have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And so you got to locate your best players and get them the football on this drive. You're down in the game. There's obviously a lot of football left, David, but on this drive, in this 2-minute situation, best players got to touch the ball.
And this could get into pressing mode, right? Like you go into the half down a couple of scores, it starts to, the pressure really mounts. Good opportunity to take some of that pressure off, get some momentum, energize this squad going into halftime.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down. And now let's see if the offense can bail itself out after the 2nd down misfire. They keep attacking through the air, using the quick game. Moving deeper into enemy territory. Move the chains. It's 1st down at the 27. The Buffaloes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. He's going to pass. Got his man on the right. Got some room headed to the goal line. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it 1st and goal. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. And makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Colorado.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Looking to move it through the air. The quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. This offense has a 2nd down play. Scanning the field, it's Nunez. Finds his back in the middle. And the catch was one thing, and the run even better. A big pickup on that one.
How about this offense? They're rolling. They got a couple 1st downs together. Defense. Next, what's your response? What do you got? You got to make some adjustments here.
Going up top on 1st down. Just a short pass to the tight end. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. It's complete to the right. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on 1st down. He turns that loose down the right side. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
I feel like the defense right now is living rent-free in this QB's head. Of course, they picked him off the last drive. They almost picked him off right there. This defense doing a nice job mixing up their looks, and they're completely confusing.
Wants to throw on 2nd down. This time it's complete. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down.
How many 1st downs is that alone, just on this drive? The defense, they keep this up, they're going to get worn out and continue to have to play more and more guys. They got to do something to change this.
Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Looking to pass inside the red zone. Nobody open. He just throws it away, and it'll bring up second down. And as the clock is winding down here in the first half, they'll send out the field goal team. He'll line it up from the right side, a 37-yarder coming up. And this one splits the uprights. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. And the Buffaloes will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. As they get ready to start this third quarter, think how big the lead might be if they've taken care of the ball.
Well, the game might be over, Reese, but if you're on defense right now, you've gotten a couple turnovers early, and you're saying, okay, we're going to need to keep this up. We got to stay aggressive for us to have a chance to win this game, but we believe we can do it.
Yeah, you've already done it, so of course you're going to believe it. Keep playing fast, keep playing physical, and then tell your offense, hey, we need a little help over here. Can you help us out and put some points on the board?
They'll run play action. Gets it out quickly. And they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the first down. Fresh set of downs after the completion. Back to the ground game on the left. Big pickup before he goes out of bounds, but there is a flag. We'll have to see if it stands.
Offense.
Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Looking for a productive play on first down. To the ground with the back. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
And it's just simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
To throw, it's Nunez. Throwing right. And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
Well, and most QBs will tell you it starts from the waist down, and the feet have to be tied really well with the upper body and with the mechanics. And you could tell, drifted a little bit there. Because of that, inaccurate throw.
And they get him down at the 43, but this is the kind of explosive play you want to build on. Washington has a lot of things working, set up with another first down. Give to the running back. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. On 2nd down, he's looking downfield. Fires to the right. And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
It's really hard when that quarterback gets outside the pocket because it cuts off half of the field. Once he starts to roll out, everybody starts to sprint to the other side of the field. You know you're not going to throw it across your body going to the right. Great job by the defense closing it all and making the interception.
And the Buffaloes want to crank the tempo. Dialing up a 2nd down pass play. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Boy, did he look as if he was going to go. Gets it down to the 37.
I'll tell you, man, I love quarterbacks that have arm talent, but that can throw it accurately at the same time, and you saw all of it on that in route.
Running to the left. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Offense gets set for 2nd down.
Man, it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot, and this offense just can't get the running game going. It'd be interesting to see what they do to try to change it up, but somehow, some way, they need that physical ground game.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Setting up the screen. Defense was not fooled by that screen to the back, and they'll stop him short of the marker. It'll be 4th down. So now on comes the field goal unit. Well, they've already made one. The holder will put it down at the 38 for a 48-yard attempt. Between the uprights, it's good. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, let's get you up to speed on what's going down in this fun college football game today. Louisiana Tech is on top, but Terry Bradshaw is playing quarterback today, which is why they can't pull away. They're up by 7 over Texas State. We promise to keep you posted on what goes down in this exciting college football matchup.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. To the air. It's Nunez. Quickly complete. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Really good. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defenses, and that was a good example there of it.
And they'll pick up the 1st down and mark it at the 47.
And how about that on 3rd down? You give it to your playmaker in the backfield, and he's able to use his speed to go get the 1st.
And he's a guy that you should be focusing on with this offense. He's definitely a game breaker. He's a guy that they starred, going into this matchup that they had to stop. 3rd down, money down. You figured they might probably get him the football. They do, and they get the 1st down.
6-yard pickup on 1st down. Leaves him with 2nd and 4. The give to the back. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room. How aggressive might this play call be on 3rd and short from the 46? To the ground to try to pick up the 1st. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that's a really good job by the defense, because when you get in that 3rd and medium area, listen, you got to be worried about the run and the pass. Did a good job playing both, got it stopped, now forcing a 4th down.
This is the absolute right call. They're going for it on 4th down. They'll try it on the ground. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. Washington has it and a fresh set of downs. Handoff to the lone back. He's up to 107 yards rushing in this one and within striking distance of a 1,000-yard season.
Yeah, this coaching staff, they're getting this offensive line lathered up and into a rhythm. Now they're letting them drive off the ball on 1st down on these running plays, and they're getting chunks of yardage.
They go to the ground. The Huskies will keep this drive going.
So far, everything's just seemed to work for this offense when they wanted to run the football. Regardless of what down and distance it is, they're able to get it done. Up front, getting a lot of push, and these backs are finding the holes.
Bulldoze ahead. He's down at the 18 after picking up 5.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. You just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Tackle is made, but not until he gets the 1st down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Washington comes to the line with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Washington.
Touchdown, Washington. Number 24 in the end zone.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And the capper on that drive, the 10-yard touchdown run. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. They're going to have to be more aggressive in this drive. You can't expect to win this one, David, kicking field goals.
No, especially when you're trailing. You got to have a little more urgency and maybe a little more aggressiveness, Jesse. And field goals are not going to get it done down the stretch.
Yeah, you're going to have to take some shots, no doubt. Bottom line, when plays present themselves, you've just simply got to make them.
On second down, they'll take to the air. He finds his man, and he's a real no. Tackled in this no-gain land.
I know a lot of people are going to look at that play and say, man, that was a bad play. Didn't gain any yards. But that could be the offense maybe setting something up. The play caller is going to remember that last play. He's going to remember how the defense reacted to it, made a quick tackle. They might pump that throw and then hit another player vertically down the field for an explosive play down the line. Just keep that in mind.
On third and long, try to convert through the air. Gets it out fast. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. The Buffaloes will punt it away on fourth down. He's getting a lot of work. Fourth time he's punted tonight. And the coverage team surrounding the ball. No chance for the return man to get in there on that one. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. If you like old-fashioned, grind-it-up, run-over football, that last touchdown drive was for you, Jesse.
That was impressive, man. Great blocking up front and tough physical running by these ball carriers, David.
And now you wonder how the defense responds. Like, are they going to get way more aggressive to try to stop the run? I got to do something to break the rhythm of that running game.
Out of the gun to give to the back. Tackled at the 28. It's a pickup of 5.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
Offense has it at the 28 on first down. Quick strike complete. They make the stop, but the sweet throw and catch is plenty to give them a first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And now on first down after converting with the run. Just a solid stop by this sophomore. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Just feeds the running back. Continuing to churn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48.
I think you run that play on second down knowing it's going to make third down easier. You're not trying to hit a home run. You don't need the big play right now. Now you know third down, everything's on the table, everything's available, high success rate.
Third and short now from their own 48. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. Tough sledding in there. Picks up a couple, but still needs 2 more on fourth down. This is an area of the field where it's really advantageous to just go for it. They'll run for it on fourth down. And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the first down.
Picks up 6. And first down for the offense.
That's the end of the quarter, and Washington has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this play. Shaping up. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. Now on the option. Now the toss. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain.
He's marked out of bounds at the 41. Second down.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. pulls it and fires to the left. He stops him at the 31, but not before. He picks up 10 yards on the play. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Huskies will have it 1st and 10. Power football with the run. At the 20, he's got space. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down.
And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Just keep running the football. Everything is going according to plan right now. They've been able to stay on the field. They put some nice plays together back to back to back, and they're bleeding the clock. This is exactly what you practice for situations like this. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Relying on that running game inside the red zone. He picked up 3 to the 11. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring.
691, get your score.
Might as well stick with him. Keeps those legs churning for 3 yards. He's down at the 9. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. Looking downfield, it's Nunez. Finds his big tight end. And they gave him no chance to get loose, and they force a 4th down. Just not able to shake enough defenders and comes up a little bit short.
And I think a lot of times on 3rd down, Reese, you bet on your guy. When you're an offensive guy, you say, okay, he's going to break a tackle, he's going to get north and south and somehow get the 1st down. Nice tackling by the defense, understanding where they had to get to and forcing the 4th down.
He didn't make it. They'll have to give up the football, and hope is still alive. The offense set for a 1st down play. And down he goes back at the 3.
And there's no mystery as to why this team's losing today. They've given up 5 sacks. They cannot keep their quarterback upright, and you just saw another example of it right there. He has never been able to get into rhythm throwing the football.
They'll try to keep that sack from wrecking this drive here on 2nd and 15. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete.
I love the quick decision that QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
Here's the handoff. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the 1st down marker. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And they got him for a safety.
These offenses, sometimes when they get pressed and they know they got to go fast and they got to put points on the board, sometimes they get a little bit reckless, and they do right here. They give up the safety. Now down multiple possessions and kicking off. Winning just went way downhill.
The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On 1st down, finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
They're going to ride this running back.
They've got a lead here in the 4th quarter, and there's certainly still plenty of football to go, but this is where you'd love to control the flow of the game, right? You want to dictate everything to the defense, and you do that by running the football. That was a really nice run. This offensive line is firing off late. Looks like they're getting stronger as the game goes on, and that is a good sign for the offense.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the 1st down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that 1st down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
They'll wrestle him down just short of the 1st down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Ball at the 31, third and short coming, defense trying to rise up. They'll try to run for it. They'll mark him down right there, and that'll be enough for a Washington first down. This drive has been exclusively on the ground. Could they be setting up a shot play? The give to the left side. Fights off a defender. Just outstanding vision from the young freshman on that run. Washington coming to the line with another first down. Now they'll try the right side. Oh, he gave him the limp leg. Pulled down after picking up 5 to the 6-yard line.
And that's really nice offensively because you're in the red zone. You do have an opportunity to add to your lead here, but you're staying in bounds. I think the clock right now is the most important thing. How can we keep this thing ticking away? By going down in bounds, you're doing exactly that.
Quarterback now on the run, still looking. Snags it, and he will score. Touchdown, Huskies. The lead keeps growing, and so do the accomplishments. Moments away from a perfect regular season at 12-0.
Nice job on the route and catch by the tight end scoring that touchdown. And it doesn't matter what play this offense calls. All game long, everything has been working. This has been a master class in offensive productivity.
The returner's going to try to see what he can get. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. The offense lining up for a first down play. They'll start this drive with a pass. Got the quick pass. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. And the Buffaloes headed quickly to the line.
Here's the deal. You're down 3 possessions. You know, it doesn't feel likely they're going to come back and win, but we've seen crazier stuff happen in college football. It all starts with a big completion on a 2-minute drive. They'll get the momentum started in your direction.
Now they've got it at the 44 on 1st and 10.
This defense better not blink. I know they've got a lead here in the 4th quarter, but just look at who they're going against. This quarterback is one of the best in the nation. They cannot rest on their laurels. Someone's going to have to make a play.
Nice job by the running back, catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that.
Throws toward the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bucks. He has been surgical. Precision passes. Using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
And the defense has had absolutely no answer for him. Just he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying his defense.
They are running out of time here. They need to get the ball back. They'll line up for the onside kick. That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. That running game was impressive, taking them right down for a touchdown last time, David.
Yeah, just mauling. No secret play calls, just simply, we are more physical than you, and we're pounding the football right at you.
So if you're on offense this next drive, take a look at their safeties and see if they're creeping up into the box. Because of your success running the football, this might be time to take a shot down the field and play action.
Now the toss. And that's what this option will do to you. They got the pitch man free, and he was off to the races.
Well, on offense, you've got to love the way your offensive line is playing in this game. They're getting tremendous movement up front. They're climbing in the second level and really giving these backs and ball carriers a lot of room to run all game long.
And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Huskies. And that might be a dagger. They push the lead out, and they are now setting their sights on their 12th straight win. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Two very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. North Texas looked like a serious force in what can only be described as a dominant win. This is a program that's won before, and they might just add some more hardware before the year is out.
He'll start this drive firing. Quickly out to the tight end.
It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way, but I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Out of the backfield, he's open. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. He's going to look for a man on 3rd and short. Got his man quickly. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible.
Really nice job there by the quarterback understanding it's blitz, and not just that it's blitz, but knowing whether it's man coverage or zone coverage behind the blitz. You've still got to know where your answer is going to be based on what the defense is doing in the back end, and he add the answer to the test right there.
He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. And the Buffaloes come to the line with a new set of downs. Back to the air one more time. Makes the grab. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late.
And there's no quit in this team. Obviously, they're trailing late in the game, but they're trying to make it happen. We've seen 2 big plays now, back-to-back. They're putting pressure on this defense.
Makes the grab down the middle. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down. He's going to pass on 2nd down. Finds his target down the middle. Touchdown, Buffaloes! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. These 2 guys, they just shared a glance, and they knew exactly what to do, David.
And how many times do we hear that? The quarterback talk about it after the game and go, hey, I just looked at him. He knew what I saw. I knew what he saw. We're on the same page. We've done this before. That chemistry equals big plays.
They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football.
And this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time. When you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
Quarterback and running back set up in the pistol. Fires deep toward the end zone. And it's caught! Touchdown, Washington! They've stretched out this lead, and they're starting to smell their 11th win of the year. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the 4th. Kickoff team is on the field. They'll try to drive this one deep.
34.
He'll bring it out. It's Callow. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. He's got the back in the middle. And he was just a couple of steps away from taking that one even further after the catch. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. He spikes it, clock stops as they try to rally late.
It leads to 2nd down.
They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. He makes the catch. Offense takes a timeout. 27 seconds left.
And this quarterback is better throwing the football. He's now got over 350 passing yards.
Not in lockstep there with the receiver.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game.
That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Just had to get rid of that one to save the yardage on third down.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like, they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it.
Going for it all. And it's incomplete, and this defense makes a fourth down stop.
That just could not have gone any worse for the offense, guys. Not only are you dropping the ball on fourth down, you dropped a touchdown. That should be 6 on the board. You need players to step up and make plays in those types of situations. That's the kind of play that could lose you this game.
To the air, it's Nunez. He hurls one deep down the left side. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left. After this, it'll be a wrap. On second down, looking again to throw. He'll take another shot here. Pulls it in inside the 10. And he takes it in on the final play of the game. You played through the echo of the whistle, and they did that with the ceiling touchdown. There is time on the clock. If there is time on the clock, there is time to put more points on the board. I mean, the scoreboard operator needs to work out too, right?